Well, it's day 2 and we're heading up in our tactical chart, so let's just dive in and check this one out. Yes, yesterday we saw the tactic that we should use if we're losing and need to go all out attacking. But today we're going to soften that up a bit and see what sort of tactic we should use when we're actually drawing a match. We are going to use, as always, a holiday sim with our 3 teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. But this one is called the FM24 Tweak Bad Company. So we're going to take a look. Again, it says it's a nap tactic based on Mourinho style, so we're just going to dive in and see how it worked in the Premier League. Wow, yeah, this looked like it worked very well. One loss completely, and that's to Tottenham by 1 goal. So you could probably do a little bit better if you took control of this, did your own match shouts, training transfers, things like that. But Aston Villa in second with 82 points. I mean, drawing still with Man City, but it still worked. I mean, of course, Liverpool have a sea of green right there. Only 1 loss, 5 draws, so they did very well. But if we look at the domestic cups, they get to the Carabao Cup final after beating Aston Villa handily at Anfield, but losing out to Brentford of all teams, 0-2. Yet they get to the FA Cup final, again beating Aston Villa in the semifinals, but getting to the FA Cup final, getting 4 in extra time to kick the crap out of Norwich. They do, though, have a fantastic run all the way to the Europa League final, 4-3 win over Arsenal. So yeah, 3 trophies and a runners-up. I will take it in a heartbeat. And I'm actually surprised they don't have a little bit more green there, but they're still doing really well. They usually do anyway. 41 goals, though, for Salah, 32 for Nunez, both amazing numbers, 22 for Jota, assist 26 for Trent, Joe Gomez and Alex McAllister with 16 apiece, and then average rating Salah with a 7.55. Well, we already saw Aston Villa's domestic cup run both out in Liverpool, against Liverpool in both the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So yeah, let's just move on from that one. Unfortunately, though, for them, out in the Conference League semi-finals to Fiorentina. That kind of hurts. So all in all, 3 semi-finals, a runners-up in the Premier League. I mean, 2 of those semi-finals here were from Liverpool. So if you got a normal team, maybe you could have gotten 2 more cups there. But overall, it's still a pretty nice season. Definitely getting a little bit more green than they're used to, which is nice to see. But 21 goals for Zaniolo, 19 for Ramsey, assist 27 for Digne, Matty Cash with 18, and then average rating, Digne with a 7.36. Data Hub for Liverpool looking phenomenal attacking-wise, defensive-wise. They're doing a really good job. 3.05 goals per game, fantastic. 2.62 at non-penalty XG against as well. 0.5 conceded, 0.68 XG against are definitely lower than their usual. And as we switch to Aston Villa, again, the goals just aren't there. They need some, I guess, prolific goal scorers in the transfer season. But defensively, it looks a little bit better than average. 2.26 goals per game. They just need a bit better. Maybe someone was injured or something. But 0.89 conceded, 1.04 XG against. Premier League stats, 2.66 points per game for Liverpool in first, 2.16 for Villa in second. Wow, that's quite a drop. But most goals, 116 for Liverpool. Definitely front runners there. 86 for Aston Villa is not a bad tally. We've seen better, though. Fewer shots against Liverpool in first with 231, Villa in sixth with 311. Most possession, 55% for Liverpool, 52 for Aston Villa. Most dribbles made, Liverpool making the list with 637. Best pass completion, Aston Villa making the list this time around with 87%. And most shots for first and second yet again with 625 for Liverpool, 602 for Villa. But now as we switch over to Ipswich Town, I'm going to say they're probably going to come in first, but the question is by how much? By quite a bit, 20 points. That is quite a margin there. 125 goals. Yeah, it definitely worked here. Domestically for them, though, kind of on the average mark. We already saw that they're out against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup third round 0-2. They do get to the FA Cup fifth round, but lose to Southampton in extra time 1-2. So yeah, championship is a phenomenal job. Everything else, on the average mark. Squad-wise, again, maybe 1 or 2 more than usual in the green, but not all that much. 13 goals for Broadhead, 11 for Wes Burns. Where is George Hurst? All the way down with only 3 starts and 3 goals. But assists, 29 for Leif Davis, 13 for Wes Burns. Average rating Leif Davis, of course, with a 7.43. Championship stats, 2.5 points per game for Ipswich in first. Most goals in first with 125. I mean, even Norwich and Southampton doing a phenomenal job to get above the 100 mark. Of course, that does include the playoff promotion spots. So, fewest shots against, though, in second for Ipswich, 333. Most possession in sixth with 54%. Most dribbles made in eighth with 709. And most shots for in 724. Wow, Norwich just kicking the crap out of them. But now the tactic itself. It looks like a fairly standard 4-2-3-1. We start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, fullbacks on the left and the right in attack. We get ball-playing defenders in defend in the central spots, 2 DMs in support. We've seen this shape time and time again. 2 inside forwards in support on the left and the right, and it does mark specific position. It is the DRDL. We have an attacking midfielder in attack in the central spot and an advanced forward in attack up front. Attacking mentality, in possession, attacking with his narrow. Approach play is pass into space. Underlap on the left and the right. Focus play down the left and the right. Play out of defense. Passing directness is shorter. Tempo is higher. Low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. So overall, how did this tactic do for our 3 teams? I mean, all very well, no question about it. Even though this is a tactic you're supposed to be using when you're drawing a game, it's basically, I'm drawing, I need to win right now, and yeah, throw this on. It worked very well throughout the entire season for our 3 teams, who are all fairly attacking teams anyway. Ipswich doing a great job in first, 125 goals is very nicely done. Liverpool and Aston Villa doing a phenomenal job 1 and 2 as well. Now, I did look into Aston Villa, and if we look at Aston Villa, yeah, their medical center, they've got some injuries. They've got plenty of major injuries to some big players, Leon Bailey, Buendia, Callum Chambers, Moussa Diaby even with 5 months with a broken lower leg. So they could have done even better, I think, if injuries hadn't really just absolutely crushed them. But they still did a fantastic job in second place, drawing with Man City, but getting the goal differential. So yeah, definitely one to check out. And I would say you could even use this from the start. But again, if this is a nap tactic, not really surprised here. So, but let us know if you've used it and how it works for you. Again, it's so similar in so many different respects to a lot of the 4-2-3-1s that we've seen already. It's really impossible to find anything new that we already haven't covered. But here, it worked very well as we see. So that's it for me, Savvy FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.